All right, we're live for Fireside Chat number 207. So quite a few announcements this time around. So for starters, we've had a couple of different events and celebrations come around. So um, we just on the 27th had the feast of naming the Valkyrie of the Bullet, and starting today, July 1st, of course, we're kicking off the Festival of Hope, which celebrates Hope's Last Stand. And that's running through all throughout July. So with that, you can have HLS hyphen at the beginning of your name. People are also encouraged to change their avatars to a favorite Einar Jar's artwork. Check out announcements for all that stuff. There's a link to the uh, threads with all the artwork on them as well. And we will have another festival coming up, or feast rather, which is the Feast of St. Sanctifico the Conqueror. That's coming up on, let's see, the 16th. Yeah, July 16th. So that'll be cool. Let's see. Other than that, we do have a couple of new events. So, Gridmunder, he's going to be hosting a Roblox hangout on Wednesdays at noon Pacific, and Verstein hosting on Wednesdays at 4 o'clock Pacific a Deep Rock Galactic night. And with the latter, there's also a new Deep Rock Galactic channel and role. You can get that role in Get Roles. And then kind of a lot of stuff that's being worked on here. So let me go through my all thing posts. So I think I've been spending a lot of time working on the profiles or mark boards, whatever you want to call them, the spreadsheets. So that's starting to come together. I think the basic structure is pretty much all together. I have a template. Now it's just kind of the work of making one for every Marine Plus member. But there is also now a guide. So I'm gonna link that somewhere. So if you were looking for the Marks channel, I actually got rid of that channel. And there's now going to be, or there is a spreadsheet that just basically explains everything on the profiles, including a list of all Special Forces insignia, a list of all rank insignia, a guide to all house coats of arms and all family coats of arms, a guide to all emblems, all marks, even the years of service. Awards, the years of service awards as well, and then as well, two additional things that are going to be on there is a insignia for the person's primary platoon or favorite platoon, and platoon honors as well, which are sort of special marks or other kind of awards or indicators that platoons can award to anybody who contributes significantly to the platoon, up to platoon leaders on that. They don't have to have those, but basically it just kind of gives some flexibility for those platoons that do want to kind of roll that out. As an example, for people who finish top in the League of Legends in-house league I was talking about rolling out, maybe there'll be a special League of Legends platoon honor that those people get, or something like that. It can be something simple as just attending the event for that platoon a number of times, but Probably the idea is that platoon honors would be somewhat hard to get, if only because there's not that much room for platoon honors. There's 20 spots on the profiles. And of course, they also list nobility titles, so if you're Lord, Earl, Prince, anything like that. And certifications. So basically, if you completed the Marine quiz, which parts of officer training you've completed, all that kind of stuff. In that vein, I'm still working on the basically like the Marine quiz. There's a gunner, master gunner, and chief petty officer quiz that basically they're a little bit harder, but none of the questions are, you know, like trick questions or anything like that. Pretty much all of them is just information you can find on the server, primarily in stuff like rules and about WA. Like with the Marine quiz, it's open book, no time limit, no deadline, anything like that. But it basically it kind of it's a way to ensure that people have some basic knowledge when they get to some of these higher, especially by the time they get to the chief petty officer rank, because by that point you're a non-commissioned officer, so you should possess a reasonable amount of knowledge about WA, how it works, a little bit about its history even. I would say the questions definitely bias mostly towards just information that questions recruits would ask you, information you need to know to just be an officer, that kind of stuff. With a little bit of stuff like, you know, where would you a lot of where would you go to find X thing. So some questions including like where would you go to find history, songs, stories, that kind of thing. Where would you find those? Um, so the profiles are in pretty good shape, pretty much done. Again, just have to put them together for each person, which does include people getting to pick an avatar and a border color for the avatar for their own. So all Marine Plus members will get to do that. So you may have people getting into contact with you over the next few weeks asking about that. I'll probably make an announcement for it as well, and we'll try to get those done. It's not a huge deal because there is just a default uh, border, or rather a default avatar and border color that we can put on for everybody, and then we can just update it later if you decide you come up with an avatar that you want to have on your profile. Myself and Ulfold kind of sat down and hammered out the officer training. So that is done. So you can check out the officer manual, which is linked at About WA, um, for information on that. So you can actually browse through and find every step of the training. Um, it's definitely not easy, but I think now that it's completed, I think it's a good test of like showcasing that you're an active and capable uh, CO. And I think it's also good that it's split up into the kind of four different components, basically. Let's see if there's anything other than that. Hmm. Yeah, talked about that guide. So I'll be linking some of that stuff, and I might be redoing About WA, just trying to combine a few categories and update some links and such, like add links to profiles and marks and so on. One more thing about profiles is that you'll also be able to find your own by typing exclamation point your name in Bot Shrine. Sanctifico will have links to all those stored, and also from the member review spreadsheet, which there's a public version as well, so anyone can access. You can click your name, and your name will link directly to your profile. So basically, you'd select your house from the pages at the bottom, and then you'd find your name, click it. Should be an option, a link that will take you directly to uh, your profile. I think that might be it. Yeah. Yeah, I guess lastly, I'll just say congrats to Kanungamir and Fusterin on their promotions to Warrant Officer as well. So they're both back in the All Thing too. So congrats to them. And yeah, I do believe that is it. So I'm going to be around for office hours in Sir Holler um, shortly. Otherwise, I'll be back next week for Fireside Standard Day and time.